A man is driving a taxi, accidentally entered the designated track for racing drivers. Just in the surprised gaze of the audience, this taxi has been overtaking on the track. The man stepped on the accelerator pedal, and the engine immediately soared. The taxi actually reached 300 miles per hour, equivalent to the speed of a high-speed train. This astonishing speed quickly caught up with the first place. The racers found this scene unbelievable, immediately accelerate and catch up with the man's taxi. Unexpectedly, the taxi accelerated again and caught up with the racing driver on the bend. The lightning-fast speed of the man surprised everyone present. I didn't expect the first place race car driver overpassed by a bumpy taxi. The man was also announced to have won the first place in the race car as a result, but I don't know if the man is carrying a pregnant woman in the car. I came to the arena just to take a shortcut. He not only won first place and safely transported the pregnant woman to the hospital stable. Not a single drop of water spilled from the cup. But they don't know that men were originally car gods who won the world championship 5 years ago. At a glorious moment in his life, he withdrew from the competition. He concealed his identity for 5 years. I work as a taxi driver at a racing club. One day, a group of racing cars suddenly charged towards them. They're the top Bulls team in China. The male protagonist is the owner of the Bulls team. Just because the female boss wants to maintain the fleet, I borrowed $2 billion from the Bulls owner before he came here. This time to acquire the Milan racing team owned by the female owner. They unanimously agreed that there are still 2 more matches left. Women must win everything. Otherwise, the club not only belongs to the other party, even women must belong to him. The Bulls drivers are very arrogant, claiming that if they win a game, from now on, they will be considered winners. A racing driver stepped forward directly to face the challenge. Soon, both sides arrived at the competition venue. In the first race, the Bulls driver remained in first place. The female boss's racing driver is also working hard to find opportunities for overtake. Just as they both walked into the band, the man discovered something unusual. Their racing car has a problem. There's a risk of car accidents and death. So he immediately reminded the racers to stop the race. Otherwise, it would cause the car to overturn. But the racer didn't listen to advice, still insisting on overtaking on the next band, and asked men not to cause trouble at this critical moment. The man tried to talk about the malfunction of the vehicle. The pros and cons also deter racing drivers. But the racer doesn't listen at all. He also accused the man of only driving taxi. How dare you guide the racing car? People also don't believe what men say. Only the female boss next to her was lost in thought. Soon they arrived at the overtaking point on the bend. Just as the racer was about to overtake on a bend, the vehicle suddenly lost control and rolled to the ground. But the racer attributed this unfortunate scene to the man, saying men shouldn't say some unlucky things. At this moment, the Bulls team that won the game is even more arrogant. They said, no one is standing up to fight now. If we lose another round, we will become their puppets. The man couldn't resist coming out to fight. The other party saw him and looked down upon him. Even a taxi driver dared to come immediately, mock him for being a country bumpkin. The female boss also suggests that men should not force themselves, but men are full of confidence. He immediately chose a taxi to take on the challenge. The female boss was immediately stunned when she saw the scene. In the morning, she was overtaken by a taxi driver. I guess that the man might be a taxi driver. I haven't waited for the female boss to figure it out yet. They arrived at the arena at the beginning of the competition. The opponent was already 1 car ahead of the man. At this critical moment, the man's taxi also malfunctioned and extinguished the fire. Even the referee thought it was a game without suspense.